Hello folks, I'm OdinSpack, and welcome back to another day of Odin's Collection. Today I got for you a classic on the Super Nintendo, and one of my favorite games of all time, Kirby Super Star. And thankfully, my cartridge still has a 100% file, which actually isn't that important for this, because I'm gonna play Dynablade. Because I feel like it's just the best way to show off this game, while I can just talk about my story, about how I came to love this game, and how I got it, and all that fun stuff there. So, why don't we get into it with stage one here, and we'll talk a little bit about Kirby Super Star. So, longtime fans of the channel might have heard me say in the past that this is my favorite game of all time. I have said that in the past. I've since gone back on it. Not that I mean, if it was once my favorite game of all time, you better believe I still love this game. It's not like, oh, I dislike it now or something like that. But I've had it for a very long time, and this is surprisingly one of those games I don't remember renting. I don't know if we ever did, but I do remember when we got it, or at least I vaguely remember. I don't remember it completely. But we were out of town, I think for like my brother's like baseball game or something like that, and we went to, I want to say it was Kmart, honestly, but I don't know, it might have been Walmart. I don't know, it was a long time ago. Maybe Kmart didn't even exist at this point, but I don't know, it was a store like that. And I remember they had this bargain bin of games, and this was one of them, naturally. Because, you know, I'm playing it right now. This is that very same copy, too. This is my childhood copy, which is really cool that I didn't lose this one or anything like that. This is actually my game. This is for me. And, so there was two games that I was interested in this bargain bin. This was one of them, and the other one was Tamagotchi on the Game Boy. Now, I've never played Tamagotchi on Game Boy. I'll divert you to Madame Wario's Let's Play for that. But I feel like I probably made the better decision of the two because I was only allowed to get one. And I feel like choosing Kirby Super Star was the better choice. Having never played Tamagotchi on Game Boy, I feel like I still made the right decision. And I remember just powering through this game. And I mean, like, I blew through it. Like, I think I beat this game in, like, I don't know, like a day or two. And I mean, like, you know, you could probably beat this in one sitting if you really wanted to. It's not a super long game. It's got some depth to it, but it's not crazy long. But, you know, back then, you know, that was a lot. And, you know, it's funny. I beat it, and then I still wanted to keep playing it. I can't tell you the amount of times that I have played this game over and over and over again, because I really have lost count. I was never keeping track of how many times I've ever played this, but I can tell you it's a lot. This game is like insanely replayable for me, and I think one of the best parts about it, and I'm gonna gush about this game the entire time, but I think one of the best parts about this game for replayability is just all the sub modes. Like, just now I was able to be like, oh, I want to go into Dynablade. Like, I just chose to play this mode because that's what I wanted to do, and that's something that I was able to do. Like, it's so nice to have a 100% completed file of this, and you can just choose any of the game modes and just boot it up and play through it. And, you know, you could decide to play through them all, or you could just be like, all right, I'll play through the one, and that's good enough. I just think the drop and play of each of the different modes is it's broken up really nice, and it gives you that satisfaction of playing through something and beating it, while only really beating a small part of the game. And I think that's just, it really helps for that. I just think it's just well designed in that, and it's something that I feel like all the other Kirby games just don't have over this one. And I really like a lot of the other Kirby games. I think that the strongest contender for a favorite Kirby game of mine would probably be Return to Dreamland on the Wii. It is so similar to this game in terms of how Kirby controls and functions, but the thing it doesn't have over this game is just the presentation of it. You know, it plays more like it's a one story, which it is just one story, And I think that's just why I just really like this game so much. And for someone who's not huge on game story, I think maybe that's why I enjoy this more, because I don't have to digest like one long story. I can just enjoy, you know, like just a bunch of little short stories, and I think that works for me. For someone who has not as much time to play games as they once did, I think it really works being able to play games like this. I think I just really enjoy just the little small sittings of it. So I'm really glad that I got this game, because man, I can't imagine going back to Tamagotchi. I mean, sure, my life would be different, you know? I would own Tamagotchi on Game Boy, and who knows, maybe that would be a game that I speak just as highly of, who knows? But Kirby Super Star, I gotta say, definitely changed my life. I know this is getting real deep, but I'm serious, it really did. It did so much for me. It was a big benefactor in my channel. I obviously did the OdinSpack series with Griffin Lobster back in the day, and I also did my own Let's Play of this game. And I still continue to play it to this day. You know, every once in a while I just boot it up because it's just so much fun to play. You know, whether I want to play through the arena and fight the bosses, or another run of Dynablade, or the Great Cave Offensive, which I've come to love a lot more than I used to. You know, it's just a real fun time. I just really love going through this game. It's just an absolute blast, and you know, I wouldn't have it any other way. I just really like this game a lot. So, there you go. There's my little history lesson with Kirby Super Star, and why it's such a cool game, and you know how I got it. And I think a lot of you probably out there have similar stories about your favorite game. Has anyone's favorite game out there ever changed? I would like to know for sure, because I think that's one thing that's really cool about video games, is your opinion can just fluctuate over time, and you know, your mind's ever changing. Something you liked once, you might not like as much down the road. I think, as far as this game goes, I don't think I like this game any less. I just think my favorite game I just like more, if that makes sense. And now I gotta do my favorite thing, which is attempt to turn into the Muscle Man statue as we go down this ramp. And that'll be a great way to end this, as this probably will take forever. But that's kind of a shame. I don't know why I do this, but this is, for some reason, just something I like to do, because when you go down the slamps as the muscle statue, it gives you a little fun animation. Who knows? Maybe I'll get real lucky and get one of the Nintendo ones. All right. Well, this is definitely really a bad way to end. All right. Well, we finally got it. Well, I don't think there's a whole lot more to say on Kirby Super Star. I mean, as far as the story goes. I mean, where we go from here, as far as what Odin's collection will present, I really don't know, because, you know, it's only going to go up from here, right? You know, I'm already talking about my favorite game, or one of my favorite games, in part 2. Well, I guess these aren't numbered, but anyway, I'm real excited that I was able to show this one off for you guys today, because, like I said, it's just one of my favorite games, and I could gush about it forever. And I haven't even mentioned that it's multiplayer. I have tons of memories playing this with my siblings, so this is just a game where, you know, it just has everything going for it. It's a platformer, multiplayer, replayable, great music, just all around fun. So, like I said, I'm really glad that I'm really glad that I own it over Tamagotchi. Nothing against Tamagotchi. Maybe one day I'll play that one, you know, and see what I missed out on. See, because, you know, the story in that video will just be exactly the opposite of this one, pretty much. And, you know, even though I really have no intents to ever own that game. Well, thank you so much for watching. I've been OdinSpack, and I'll see you next time for another Odin's Collection video. So, until then, I want you to take care, and goodbye.